sometimes that's really good to have, like, it boring, because then it makes you like, all right, I need to go do something.
Yeah, so I worked out every day and
Good.
just found stuff to do.
Keep you busy.
Yeah, I felt back, so we were like trying to figure out something, and then one of my husband's like, it's kind of like I always call him like an assistant manager of his bank, transferred right after I started my sabbatical, so it went from us planning a trip towards the end of it to him going, I can't do that now. So it was just like, yeah. So I just, now I'm like, can I go back to it? I changed my mind.
You're like, I actually like the downtown.
I know, I was like, I mean, at least it was nice. That was when it started to get warmer, and the sun was out, and it wasn't raining. So.
Well, and then now it's been like no rain.
Yeah.
Just complete opposite. I think they said we were negative 0.5 something for rain, because we haven't had like any rain last month. So we are due for some rain.
Yeah. And I feel like every time it starts to storm in the afternoon, it goes like around Highland Ranch. It never hits us at all.
Unless it's a tornado.
I know. I was like, of course, the tornado.
Was that last year?
Mhm.
It's crazy. It was around this time, I feel like.
I think so. Yeah.
Colorado weather. It's we were coming home from Breck the other day, and we knew there was a storm coming in, but whew, it was like much bigger of a storm, and all of a sudden it was like, my husband's a very confident driver, and our SUV was like skidding and sliding, and we were like, we're not expecting that.
Yeah.
Colorado.
I think, yeah, my husband kept texting me. I was like, there's a storm coming. Come on. I'm like, I'm watching it, and I'm watching it go south of my office. So I think I'm good. So I got a new car, and so freaks out.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got so it's used, but it's like a 21. It's a Mercedes AMG GT.
Jelly.
I know.
Because I have the GLE,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at all the new ones. What color is it?
It's white. It's white and blacked out rims.
I love it.
Yeah. I was like, I got that a couple of months ago, but I swear every time like a storm, it's just like, get home. I'm like, dude, watch it. I'm watching.
I know. It's like I've looked for hail covers for the car, because anytime I see those storms here, I'm looking and I'm like, is it gonna come and hit?
Yeah.
And they have like some very ingenuitive ones. There's ones that like go up like a full like blow-up mattress. I'm like, that's interesting. I don't know. And some people take like full-on straight like noodles for the pool, and they super glue them together and they put them over the top.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome for you.
Yeah. My husband decided to get himself a truck yesterday.
Oh, what did he get?
He had, so he's a guy, big truck.
Yep.
Texas. He had a Ford 250, which was already jacked up, big truck, and I guess he found, it went from that always being the truck he wanted to a 350, which is an even bigger truck.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know
And
the
this
trucks.
one's even taller. And so the last one had, so this one's a little bit newer. It's definitely nice. Not that his last one was bad, but the side rails on his last one was pulled out when you open the door. This one doesn't, but it has like the off-road package apparently, so the side rails are up taller. So I'm like,
yeah.
I'm just looking at it going, oh my god.
What are those?
I know, he picked me, he was like, I'm gonna go with this truck. I was like, okay, I'll go with you, because it was after work. I was like, I'll go with you. And so we went in, and he was like, oh, I think they must have it like out in the other lot or something, I don't know. I was like, we'll wait for the sales guy to come back. I was like, okay. And then he's like, oh, he's over here in this office, let's go over there. We went to sit in his office, and all of a sudden he's like signing papers. So I was like, I thought we were just looking at it. You've already looked at it, test drove it, and apparently you're buying it. He's just looking at me. I'm like, you do you, man.
I love it. Living his best life.
Yeah.
colors his?
It's a gray. It's almost like a grayish blue.
Oh, I've seen those. I call them gunmetal, even though it's not gunmetal, but it's like an off gray.
Yeah. I was like, I look at it, I was like, it's gray. It sounds like it's just from a. It was awesome with the dark one.
Okay.
So, definitely different.
That's good.
So funny, I took this good and she makes.
Oh my
In
god.
the afternoon for it and everything. I was like.
It happens to the best of us, my dear. As long as you're okay with something.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap.
When as I was texting you, one of my clients that I've had as long as you, she came with me from Palo Alto. She had a bridal hair run through today. She's getting married, and the girl canceled on her.
Oh.
She gets married next month. So she was like panicking with me, and I'm like, all right, let me see what I can do.
You're like,
It's like I haven't done wedding hair, but like if it was you, like I've had for a long time. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna make this work. I'm not gonna give it another stranger that might take. Cause she paid like a huge deposit on it too.
did she get it back?
Oh, I told her I was like, you better go get it back. If not, I
Yeah,
will go
she
crazy on
canceled on you.
hairstylists on her.
That's crazy. She want like a special do?
I think pretty easy. I think it's more of like just like glam curls and. I can talk her name and it'll look good on her. I've known her for so long.
I'm all like, just make it, put it all down.
Right?
I'm not one of those like wanted it up.
Yes. Well, and that's her. She's looked at a bunch of like up ones, but she doesn't wear her hair ever up and fancy. And I'm like, you need to wear it down and like what you're used to.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it.
Oh, but didn't they just go to Florida or something?
Yeah, I went to Florida and then I went to Detroit. So I went to Florida for premiere. It was amazing.
Did you not do Disney World again?
We did Disneyland. Yep. So
Which one was
it,
that?
it was all in the same time. So I went to Florida the same week that I got back from Disney. So that's probably what you're thinking.
Yeah, I was like, I forget which one's which.
Yeah. So Disneyland is California, and then World is Florida.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So
I've been to Disney World, but only the shopping area because we did an event at a restaurant. As far as we know. And I'm like, beyond that, I'm like, I don't think I could do it. You're like, nope. People drive me nuts. I'm like,
too many people, yeah. Well, we picked the best, so we didn't have to deal with the kids.
Oh, yeah?
So it was like, we gotta eat whatever we wanted to eat, to do. So it was good. And then after they had to take off to Florida for the hair show. Got that done, and then I had to take off to Detroit. And I was out in Detroit for 2 days shooting their fair commercial. And that was fun until I got food poisoning.
oh.
That was not fun. So I was like, shoot me. I like woke up at 4 a.m. and I had to leave at 6 a.m. I was like, go figure. Go figure. Okay, that hairspray. She's done. She's like not wanting to spray for me right.
Dude, guys, I have bought Joico, the dry shampoo. And I get a little travel one. And I bought it twice now, and both times after the first use, it won't spray again.
Sounds about right.
Like I'm in the middle of it, and all of a sudden it just stops working. Yeah. I was like, it's not cheap, by the way.
No. Have you seen the relocation shampoo?
Is that? No, I don't know. There's one that someone turned me on to that you can get a Target too. I know they still have Lexington.
Yeah.
They have one that's like for brunette. I don't even remember what it's called. All I know is what the
You're like,
bottle looks like.
You're like, I can describe the bottle, but not
Yeah.
I'm like that with so many things. Yeah, K18 came out with it's a dry shampoo, no poo, so it's like I call it wet spray. So when I say wet spray, so you know how I'm using an aerosol on you? You know the traditional pumps where you like pump a hairspray? So that's how it comes out.
So make your hair wet, I guess?
I guess, but what I love about it is it doesn't have that like tacky feel to it at all, which is really nice. Because I took it up with me to Beaver Creek, and I did not bring normal shampoo, and I used it for 3 days while snowboarding. Got my hair fresh, felt good, wasn't tacky, it was incredible. I was like, alright, this works. So a lot of dry shampoos just feel like tacky on me.
Yeah.
Like, I like to use a dry shampoo sometimes for updos even, because it helps with like putting right in the hair. I'll let you know, and I'll shut the door and everything.
Now I'm really glad I don't have one appointment that's happening. I was like, I'm gonna go home and work where it's quiet.
You're like all ready for like a chill downtime.
I myself like,
and like,
this
no,
is
good
good
too.
talk.
Okay.
I know, I just switched over to an iPhone.
That's right. We'll be talking about that. Do you like it?
It's not bad.
That's what I'm not like about
It's
it.
not as user friendly as an Android, that's for damn.
Really? I feel like Androids are so hard to use.
Really? All the settings are in so many different places. That's what I feel like. Like in Android, all the settings are like right there in one place, and you can usually just go into the app to do the settings.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to go to different places to turn it on. Like I'll go to one place in the regular settings, like the ring tone especially.
Yeah.
I thought that's like how I set up everything. Because in Android, you set up all the notifications and everything in there. And so I did that the regular way in the iPhone. It's not changing the incredibly annoying sound that kept coming out.
my
But apparently I
gosh.
had to go into the app and into the website to change all of that. And I was like, why is this happening? So it's just like little tidbits like that. I'm like, where is it?
Yeah.
But I was reading up on a lot of stuff before I got it, so that I knew
Where to find and how
where
to
to
do
find
it.
stuff, how to change from page to page, because Android you have a back button.
Yes, that I will say is the difference is
Yeah.
because I have my tablet and it's a Samsung and it's that back and that home screen that you can always like go to, which is really nice.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I'm like, but I was looking at how to do all of that, so not bad. Just a few things I have to get used to.
There's a will, there's a way.
And I was like, I'll figure it out. First my husband's like, now you can't FaceTime me. Did we ever FaceTime?
Actually, you can. You download an app
Yeah.
and you can call from it.
Yeah.
And you can also, if you go into your FaceTime app itself, you can get a code. And then you text
really?
the code and it will, you can FaceTime with a non-user.
Yeah, I know they were like trying to figure all of that out. But that was one of the things, like one of my best friends was moving to Missouri. And she has an iPhone and we were using WhatsApp, which I absolutely hate.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't even like the video, all of it was just crap.
Too much,
Yeah. I was like, this is just not working. I'm like, this whole my family has it. So.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because certain family members, like, you know, to call that you can FaceTime with because that you know what phone they have. Back in the day, we never thought about some stuff. This color's so pretty. It's like a perfect, like, beige. Be perfect for summer to add this lightness in.
I don't remember cards. Did you ever go back to taking credit cards or no?
Mm-mm.
I was a big
I do.
You're not going to do it, are you?
I struggle with it. Like parts of me, it made my bookkeeping so much easier.
Yeah.
Because now I have to go back and through. Because like I have all of Zelle and Venmo and PayPal all hits my business accounts, but I have to make sure I'm tracking what's coming from what. So end of year, I'm saying, okay, I got this much from Venmo, I got this much from PayPal. So when they send me my tax form, it's like you can trace it all back.
Yeah.
I do so much better.
I was like, I don't think she's.
Mm-mm. First row. How's fur baby doing?
He's good. He's like, oh, 4th of July was miserable.
Is it?
He gets worse and worse every year.
Like just anxiety from like the fireworks?
Yeah. And so I had already been prepared. Like the basement usually drowns it all out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already prepared to spend the evening in the basement. And they started popping at like 5. And so I was like, okay, well, let's go in the basement. Well, as the night progressed, they got way louder. So I don't know if it was the neighbors' kids behind us. They definitely chose the loud firecrackers. The ones that were probably illegal. I was just like, this is so loud.
Yep.
And then this year, our neighbors across the street, her son and his girlfriend came over, so I guess they were popping firecrackers. Because my husband goes, I think it's all done now. And so we walk upstairs, and I open the door to get any of the firecrackers. And all of a sudden, they started going off.
Pop, 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 pop.
So I had to sit in the basement until almost midnight.
I feel like they went on much longer this year. Too.
Yeah, I definitely could hear them, but we have like a little portable AC in our master bedroom. It's like the worst cold room in the house.
We have one in Harper's, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was helping drown out the ones that we could hear, plus we had a T-bone.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good, but like all the next like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days, he would not go outside past like 6 o'clock.
Poor baby, old man.
Yeah, he would not go outside. And even like walking in there in the day, he wouldn't go very far. Because usually we'd have like this huge block we would do it.
Yeah, he is not having it.
Yeah, he was not. And he finally would get a little further and a little further. But yeah, he finally will do it. But of course, if something happens, I mean, even like I was walking along and somebody pulled over, to their house and got out, shut their car door, and he was like, "Nope, I'm out." It's like,
Oh, baby.
yeah.
How old is he now?
He's 11. He'll be 12 in November.
And he's a lab, right?
No, he's a shepherd mix.
I didn't think he's a lab. Your girl.
Yeah, she was a lab.
That's, okay, that's why. That's why.
So yeah, it was so miserable.
Well, Ruby did very good.
Well, that's good.
So it's her first 4th. And I was nervous because I kept going in to check on her. And I think she was more pissed off that she wasn't outside with us than worried about like the fireworks. Because I got her, have you seen the new, these little machines and dogs can like drop their balls in it and it'll throw up for you?
Oh yeah.
So we got her one of those. And so I took it out and I'm like, let's see if I can like preoccupy her if she needs it. And she was like playing with it just fine. So, and we were shooting off huge ones right in front of our house. So I was like, oh, she's doing good. And then her birthday is the 4th. And so Harper and all the neighborhood kids threw her a birthday party. And I'm not kidding, this was a real birthday party. They made like invites and passed them out to everyone in the neighborhood that has a dog. And then the twins across the street, they made doggy goodie bags with like tennis balls in them and treats. And then we had a pool out in our front yard for the dogs to go in. then she got puppy cake, and I didn't want to do the puppy cake because every time we went to do it, it just wasn't. It was too hot out. The dogs were getting hot. So 4th of July, the end of the night, she's like, we have to do the cake. Okay. So we sing Happy Birthday to Ruby. So finish out our 4th of July.
That's cool that she did that. She's a couple years old, right?
She just turned 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she did really good.
She was like, you're pretty.
Right? I feel like I've had her for so much longer. She's like, Mommy, it's weird. And I feel bad because I love my past dogs so much. But like my connection with her, it's so different. She's like my child, literally. And we just took her, we took her up to Breck when we went. And we got her a backpack. She's having the best time of her life. She was so behaved. She did the gondola. She walked around, hung out. There was a bunch of dogs. She didn't bark at any of the dogs. She had a pug barking up a storm at her, though.
So I had to explain to
What time did you call it?
What did I do? My phone just keeps going. It's like the rain.
Oh, yeah.
All the notifications.
We have our front door camera and then we have a camera above our garage door. And whenever the kids are outside, it goes off and off and we have to like turn it off.
I know, I had, it was like a couple weeks ago. All of a sudden, like at 9 o'clock at night, my room kept going off. And I would open it, there's not there, there's not there. And then it would stop, and then about like 11 o'clock, it would turn off like every 2 minutes. And I'm looking, I'm going, what is going on? Like nothing. And so I finally turned the notification off, because I was like, it's going off
That's
every.
weird.
Yeah, and it literally, and then I went and looked at the history, it literally went off like every other minute. It was like, it was constant.
And there was no bugs or.
No. And so in the morning, I went out there and just put Windex on the towel and just wiped it. Yeah, and it was fine. Stop doing it. I was like, seriously?
I just need to tell you
I
need to be clean.
I know, I was like, yeah. I'm not looking into that at the moment. I'm gonna try cleaning it first.
Right.
Yeah, we were looking at getting on.
We got the one over the garage that has the floodlight.
Yeah, that's the one we were looking at.
Because we use Blink.
Oh yeah?
And I like it because we have like, first of all, they always have deals on Amazon Prime Day for Blink. And so every year I feel like we get a whole new collection for the house. So we have a camera, front door, over the garage, our backyard, and then our living room. And then our basement.
Yeah.
So we have them all over, so you can literally view what's ever going on. And so if we hear weird noises, you just pop it open, you can see anywhere in the house. And then I like the floodlight because I'll turn on the floodlight. If there's like little shits outside, I'll turn it on, it scares them off.
I always hear about stuff happening around the neighborhood.
Same. How's your guys' summer so far?
Not bad.
Just easy going?
Yeah. My friend moved over Memorial Day weekend, so I helped my husband and I helped them pack up their house. I was like, dude, but my husband got allergies. First we thought he had pink eye. Oh, God, because it was in both eyes at the same time. And I was like, when we went to the urgent care, and the guy was like, I don't think it. I think it's just allergies. And like the next morning he woke up, it was like, we're so swollen.
Just completely.
Yeah. But But funny enough, like 3 weeks later, it happened to me, but only in one eye, but not as bad. It was just like, it was really weird. It was like kind of crusty, and that was about it. But I was just like, seriously.
Was it like an allergen in the
It was
house?
just allergies. Well, I guess just allergies in general.
Okay.
Really too much. We were in Vegas. Next week, the week after.
I guess I care. Perfect.
So hot. I'm like excited, but I'm hot. I'm
It's
like,
gonna be so hot.
So come in and then.
You gotta buckle up because I know my in-laws live out there, and they, I think it was the highest record they've ever had, 120. I'm like,
Remember-
that's scary heat.
yeah, I remember I think it was last year we went over 4th of July, and I think the highest they've gotten was like 15 or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's too much.
No, we're supposed to go in July or August, but we were having to push it back. My niece is so sick.
Tell me more about
I
this.
was like,
Do you want me to maintain as much, if all the length on these looks, as much as I can for you?
yeah, you can. If anything needs to be trimmed.
Yeah. I'll trim and like cut it into your cut,
Okay.
but like, go ahead and cut down. If it feels too, I'd rather keep it longer, and if it feels too long when you come in to remove it, I can adjust off length.
How's Faith doing? I think she said wasn't she gonna start doing hair?
She's all for it. It's just,
Getting her to start doing it.
yeah. There's always something that comes up and gets in the way. And I'm like, she, let's see, last time I see her, did she get in a car accident?
Yeah.
So we're doing okay. She's actually up at my dad's house right now.
How is your dad?
Still kicking. Still
Still
kicking.
the same spot as he was when I saw you today?
Yeah. So my sister and Faith are both up with him right now, and they said that they took him out like shopping. He hasn't been out shopping in a long time, but he had like one of the scooters, and he almost ran over like 2 people. But he was, I think he was feeling good because Faith hasn't like hung out with just like him and my sister. Usually like his wife's around. So they had the best time ever yesterday. Yeah.
So it seems like he's doing way better than he was.
Yeah, I thought we were waiting on Death's story.
Yeah.
So I think it's just him. He's a cat. I swear his spirit thinks he's a cat. But like multiple cats.
Yeah.
He's got like 20 lives. Yeah. It is a lot. I feel like he goes through those spurts too. It's like once he gets sick, I feel like he's in and out, in and out, in and out. And it's all of us holding our breath, making sure that it's not like this weekend. How many have you had your extensions out for?
Over about a year actually. 'Cause I come in, put them in before I went to Mexico last year, like I think earlier last spring. And then we did the move up right before I went to Mexico. But they were coming out. I can't remember because I was
Yes.
wearing it and working out in a ponytail.
Yep.
It was not. And I think the way I was sleeping or something.
Yeah.
And so we just.
They were flopping away.
Yeah, so I was like, nah, we won't be so long.
Yeah.
We'll just take them out.
Cool.
So yeah, it's
Well, and so when you come in for your move ups, and I have you guys come in clean hair, it just holds them better, and it just does better for the move ups in general. And then, you know, if you wear your hair up in messy buns, you do get those floppy issues. If you work out more with your hair like in a braid or a low pony, you won't get much of those flopping issues at the corners. So my sister, I put wefts in her hair. And she's so funny. I think it's because she's spoiled. I need some right down. I can do makeup like whenever. And she's like, they're just moving out so much. I'm like, all right, I'll do your roots. And then next week we'll move it up. So she's like, okay. And she had just had it moved up like 3 weeks prior.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she hates like the feeling of the curl.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, that's usually when it starts to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And so I do her roots, and she has a lot of hair. And so I hand her the blow dryer. I'm like, you get a blow dryer on hair. And then she comes down, and she's holding, you know when I cut your weft and there's a little piece I'm cutting off? She comes down with part of the weft. And she's like, we had a casualty. I'm like, that's not normal for blow drying your hair. Oh my god. And sure enough, like the weft underneath, a chunk of it just came right off. And she was like, so sad. So sad. She's like, I don't want to get rid of them. Like, we're gonna put you in some eye tips.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of people that do the, I guess, the removable ones?
I think wefts are the most popular. And I think they're the most popular because they're the fastest method. And when you think of the weight distribution, so think of an individual extension and then my wefts, to build up that perimeter and that weight and that length, it takes a lot of time. Versus with the wefts, I just put, this is the tedious part. And then once I start sewing, it's fast. And you get, I think you get more padding going into the wefts. But if they have like baby fine hair, I prefer to do like K-tips or I-tips on them. Because they're like lighter.
Yeah, I'm like trying to get used to Teams. And I'm like, wait, where is this comment that's supposedly up here?
Oh, you have the phone?
Maybe like 2 weeks. I got it like right before Fourth of July.
Oh yeah, you have the learning curve.
Yeah. happy to put it on this ball. I absolutely know what I'm talking about. It's supposed to rain today. You're still traveling a lot?
This month, no. Which is fabulous. And then it starts back up next month.
So we get kind of a little break.
Yeah, a little nice break in between, which is nice. So that's feeling it.
Take it.
Okay, I'm moving.
You're moving?
Where are you going? Still here, don't worry.
I know, I was like, just let me know how far I'm flying.
10 minutes down the road.
Oh, okay.
We're Arapahoe Crossings is
Mm-hmm.
Chinese New Theater.
Mm-hmm.
That parking lot.
Oh.
So it allows me to work longer, because that's literally right in my backyard.
Yeah.
And then especially like nighttime in the winter, I work less hours because I hate nighttime driving on that toll road.
Mm.
And then I don't need this double space anymore. It's a lot of space that I don't need. And it's the cost of a mortgage.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, so, and then it's just like the location of this and the cost per here. It just gets awkward, so make this move, I'll be closer to home, I can pop in and out as I please. And it's a brand new studio, they've been open for like, I think, a year. They're called Image Studios. They're beautiful. I'm so excited because I'm gonna have a TV in the studio. And we can just like binge Netflix as I'm sitting here doing long services. Because I can't have one in here because of the tops that are open.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, like, why?
Yeah.
Closer to home.
semester. And that'll be October 10th is like my last day here. So, but everyone, as you know, if I move, it's like a blast. I get out. So.
Yeah.
How's your husband's health doing? I love the sigh that went with that because I know that.
He's always like, he always has something like, I need to work out. I'm like, or you can get up in the morning with me.
Yeah, that's what I tell mine. I was like, I really have a little conversation. She's like, I need you to really push me. I'm like, I do, but there's only so much. I'm not gonna like go get your shoes
Yeah.
and pick you up because if I have to work out in the mornings, or else I don't get it done.
Yeah, it's like, it's a struggle for me. It was great during, when I was doing my sabbatical because I was just, yeah, I had all the time. I would still work out in the morning, but it was like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, trying to get it done as quick as you can.
Yeah, but it's so hard because usually in the morning I try to, because it's bright outside.
Yeah.
Early, so I'm trying to like run every morning if I can. But it's just getting up.
I know. It's a struggle.
Such a struggle.
It's a struggle.
But, and then I'll be like, okay, I have time where I can do like weights in the morning, like weights at lunch. And it turns out I end up working half the time. And I'm like, oh, I'll do weights when I get home, and then I'm just burnt.
Yeah.
That's my struggle right now.
That's mine. Mine is getting up and going. On my days off, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
It's my days that I work, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and I think my excuse is I'm like, in here, I typically do 3 miles a day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, as I'm laying there tired in bed.
Right.
Right? I can justify the crap out of it.
There was like 2 weeks ago, I was running. I don't know, I have no idea what happened, but as I was running, I was like, I could feel like my lower back just kind of like I tweaked it a little bit. It just like gradually kind of. Yeah, it was like I could feel it as I was running. I was like, oh, I must have tweaked it a little bit.
Yep.
And then as the day progressed, I was like, I'm out.
Done.
Yeah. So I had such a hard time. And so I was pretty much out for a whole week.
That does it.
Because I couldn't like walking and running. I was like, I couldn't stand for very long, couldn't sit for very long. I was like, couldn't lay flat. I was just like, oh, I had no idea what I did. I hadn't looked at anything.
No.
And yeah, so I literally had to not work out for almost. I couldn't run definitely for a whole week.
Okay.
And then I just kind of started walking in the mornings instead.
Working yourself back
Yeah.
up. That's the hardest part is like I took 2 weeks off and like you try to go back to what you were doing and you're like,
Yeah.
it's so easy to lose it.
Yeah, so I was like almost, but pretty much was just like, yeah, pretty much didn't work out for weeks.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to re-injure it. So.
I found the coolest thing, there's a few new things I got for running. So one is this mace that has a GPS on it. So if you were to deploy it, it calls 911 and then it sends out your GPS to all like your people on the app that you select, and it like sends where you're at to them.
Wow.
I was like, huh. And then I found these like electrolyte tabs that you just put in your mouth after 15 minutes. After each 15 minutes, you put one in your mouth, and it's like the equivalency of eating like all your electrolytes that you're using. It's made all the difference.
I was like, that's better, because I always have to do the powder in the drink.
Same. I go with that now, especially on the hot days. And good. We've had really bad air quality too recently.
Yeah.
Barker the other day, she was outside running and she's like, my chest hurts. I'm like, please come inside. Can you believe she just turned 9? She had her 9th birthday.
Wow, really?
Right? Yep.
Jeez.
I've been doing my hair since before that.
I know. like, I
like,
remember when she was born.
I know. It's like, I feel like, yeah, my birthdays, I feel older. But, like, each birthday my daughters have, even Faith, I'm like, hey, older.
Yeah.
And then I think the funny thing is, too, is, like, in my clients that have kids, whatever age their kid was when they started with me, that's what they're frozen at. And I think that's what my clients say about Harper.
Yeah.
They're like, I have Harper frozen at, like, 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know my brother's oldest, my niece,
Mhm.
just turned 18. I was
Oh.
like, ooh. I was there when you were born.
Oh my god, yeah. And that's when you like really look back. You're like, has that much time really gone past?
She doesn't seem 18 yet.
Are you guys still considering moving here eventually after a certain amount of time, or?
Yeah, we're kind of just waiting. I don't know. I mean, definitely waiting for the rates to go down.
Yeah.
So that's, nothing's gonna happen until that happens. But where? I have no idea.
I mean, what are like any top 5 states or places? Texas again or no?
No, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind going back.
Mhm.
That's what I told him. I was like, man, our parents are older.
Yeah.
I was like, I wouldn't mind going back, but I was like, if we do, we're living like on the lake.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was like, I just
Make it worth it.
Yeah, I was like, if we're either living on the lake, near a lake. If we're not on the lake, then I have to have a pool.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to have water if I'm in
Something.
Texas. So we kind of talked a little bit about that, but then he's like, I don't know, he's stuck on Arkansas.
Really?
Yeah.
Where in Arkansas? Anywhere?
Like the mountain home areas,
Love.
north.
I get it.
His dad's family is from that area.
Okay.
And so we were looking at places like on Bull Shoals.
Okay. Yeah.
So we've looked there a little bit. I haven't
You
been.
get a lot for your buck there.
Yeah. But he's like, he really wants land.
Ah.
Which of course you can get a lot
A
there.
lot. Yeah.
So he keeps looking around. The other day, it was like a week or so ago, he was like sending me places to look at in Oklahoma. And I was like,
Nope.
I veto that entire state.
Nope. We're not going to deal with a tornado
Yeah.
valley. That freaks me out.
Mm-mm.
And their humidity that they have there,
Mm-hmm.
not good.
Yeah, he was, I don't know, he's like, but it's really pretty when you look out the east or something. And I was like, I don't care.
It's really pretty when you look out the west in Colorado too.
Yeah, I was like, no, I can't live with the fact that I have to have a storm shelter.
That's
I was like, no, I can't. I've already been through a couple tornadoes. I'm good.
done. Enough trauma there.
Yeah. I was like, we did all that in North Texas. I'm okay.
Because where in North Texas were you guys?
We were in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah. So I lived in Denton for a while, which is north of Dallas. And then we lived about an hour east of Dallas, kind of going towards Houston.
Okay.
That's where we own those the subway.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's when we ran into a lot of tornadoes a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I'm good.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You need to go back.
And I went to college like my first year out in San Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
A couple tornadoes there.
Really?
I was like, I filled up my, I'm good. Hit my element.
You put your time in for
Yeah. Somehow I had one in Colorado.
Go figure.
I was like, my mom always, there's a tornado in Colorado. I'm like, mom's out east. And I was like, yeah, that one actually did hit us.
Oh my goddess.
Yeah, he was looking there. We've looked at, our friends just moved to, Osage Beach, Missouri, so it's around the Ozarks.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so Lake of the Ozarks, basically.
Yeah.
And we're going there the end of August to go see him.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, we were looking at out in that area too. But because they found a house on the lake.
Yeah.
And every time I talk to her, she's just like, I'm never going back to Colorado. So relaxing. I'm like, shut up.
Well, this is where it's at.
Yeah. So, but my husband's really nervous because he wants to make sure to live. I don't know if it's like maybe close enough to a populated city, I don't even say city, town, I guess. Because of his job, he's got to be able to transfer and still make, around the same amount of money. So, because he was like looking at Osage Beach and he's like, it's not very populated. I'm like, I don't know, it's still
That's a tricky one right there.
yeah. But, I don't know, yeah. I keep looking.
Because can you work remote?
Mhm.
100%? Okay, oh. Well, that works for you.
Yeah. Yeah, me is not the problem. He would be, yeah. Like my friend, that's what she did. So we work the same company.
Mm-hmm.
She does working remotely, but her husband works for United Rental.
Okay.
So he was working up here for them. They, funny enough, had a location out in the beach area.
Oh my god. So
But it's small,
Yeah.
so we had to take a pay cut. But everything's cheaper there.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was kind of like, well,
an even
yeah.
toss up right there.
So it was not bad, but still, my husband's like, I can't take a cut.
It's so hard when you've worked a career up to a spot.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
Alright, remember these little beads that I do for your tie-off area?
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten very smart with them now. I put them underneath in here. So you'll still feel it kind of flopping around, but instead of being on the top, up here, it's going to be down here. How does that row feel? Good?
Well,
Look at that hair.
yeah.
That's going to be pretty. And then we'll put in that next set. And then these guys, I might have to like texturize your ends, just so it melts in a little bit more to give an ombre-esque feel. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water real quick.
Okay.
Can I grab you any ice cream tea, black tea?
I never think that there's really that much red still in my hair. It's always it's brown to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if we have to trim it down a little bit so it all flows up.
Yeah, I'll flow. I'll put all of the layers that need to go in there for you.
I was like, I'm not dead set on keeping it exactly.
Exactly.
Just
Keep as much as we can, make it look good. And then remember, no going to bed with wet hair. I know. Have I taught you about how to like do half wash days? Okay, so a half wash day, see how this I'm pulling up that's gonna be left out? This, take and braid or put in a little pony. Wash just the top and the seam. Scrub your scalp at the top, and then you can blow dry it. So if like you're needing to wash, don't want to deal with all that. It's a great hold you over, like to give you another day or so.
yeah. That's funny, 'cause when I knew I was seeing these back there, I was like, alright, I'm taking advantage of wet hair during the summer.
Yes.
There's just like some days it's so relaxing and it makes me feel cool.
Comfortable. And then if you have a self-color face, that's it. And then two, if you get into any pool, because you do have blonde in your hair, just take some shower water or regular water and put it over it, like wet your hair. And then make sure you braid your hair before any pool or lake. sure you're using good amounts of oil and hydration on the mids and ends of the extensions.
I know, I'm like,
Oh, after working out, a good way to like air dry your extensions if you're really sweaty. I know the exact same thing, this section that I'm sectioning up here. Put this on top of your head and then it allows the air to get to like the roots. It helps dry them.
funny enough, I'm not wearing my hair myself. Like, to work out, I usually do it in a break.
Okay.
I usually have a hat on.
So you've already started a really good
Yeah.
routine for it.
I was wondering, because Sawyer started doing that one.
Love that hairspray.
Yeah.
Like, I love it because it's a buildable, so like I can spray it once and it's very soft. And the thing I like is when I'm trying to work with the hairspray, I need to be able to brush through it and it not like flake everywhere.
Because he was showing signs of needing.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, I think it's hold it.
I'll be there for the ETC one shot. You got nominated as my brunette.
Yeah.
Alright, you need me to go with you?
You're like, I
travel.
Yeah, I got top 100 with you.
Oh,
Yeah. I just remembered that.
I was like, okay.
So I'm trying to think, have we had a nomination with your hair before?
I feel like we have.
We have.
We've done a lot of it.
Because your hair is one I take lots of photos of.
Yeah. I remember 'cause I was looking at your post and I saw the Dallas one.
Yeah.
And I was scrolling and I was like, oh, my hair! My friend was like,
Was it the red one?
yeah, it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that one gets used in a bunch of the marketing.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, my admin was like, what? It's like, look.
Yeah, I'll have to, I haven't posted up any of like my nominations yet because they still have more to call. But yeah, I got top 100. It was when we did your extensions, Rich Brown, and your hair, Rich Brown. That one gets a lot of photos. The extension brand loves it. They're always resharing it, and then Ruff's color on it.
I know, people are always asking me because like, they'll get extensions and their hair all bad or whatever damage, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all are doing.
You're with the wrong
I
person.
know. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but you're not doing it right.
You're doing it right.
Because I always tell them, like, mine grew
Like insane.
a lot.
Yeah, because it like protected your hair. And this will be double protection on your hair, so I think it's gonna be even better for
This
it.
is kind of like the first time we did it, right?
Yeah, and I think we should have done like one row the first time. And then I think you would have liked this much better. I think because you now have experience doing extensions, you're gonna be like, yes.
Yeah, I remember the first time we did it. I was like,
It's a
we
lot.
had 3 rows, didn't we?
We did.
That's right, sweet, that's right.
Because I did the
You
nape
did a little
underneath
bit.
here. Yeah. I've
And I was
learned,
like, that's a lot.
yeah, I've learned
And then we
unless
changed
you
it.
have like shorter hair, like shoulder length, like my area, I'll put one of those in now, but if not, I'm like,
Yeah.
easier.
That was a lot. And then we changed it.
And then you were
We
like,
installed it. And I was like, oh, that's a lot better.
breathe now. Alright, I gotta straighten these, so if you need to grab anything, do anything, feel free. I have snacks over there if you need to grab one of the Velvetas.
No.
Getting used to it.
Yeah, last time I went to Vegas, my sister-in-law, she's super long hair. That's when I was like, I think I'm gonna put this right here.
FOMO right there.
Yeah.
There's just someone in their form with it.
It's just, it's of course, you know, one of those that are naturally curly.
Yes.
So they, yeah, so it's all perfectly volumed and everything was straight.
Yeah.
Seriously, don't like you.
No, like you can just go the other direction.
Oh yeah, sorry, we all got that. 5:30.
Oh, we went to Mexico. I didn't even curl them. It wasn't even worth it. It was just flat.
You're like, we're not gonna even try.
I was like, I can't even.
Let it be.
It's like,
That's amazing. What vacuum did you get? Oh, nice. No, you don't.
Do you watch any of like the track and field?
for Olympics?
Have you seen the Netflix Sprint? If you're bored, I highly recommend it. It's called Sprint and it goes over like all the track and field athletes. It is good. Like the Jamaica team, our team. And it's funny because my husband always knows what's going on with all the teams and I never know. And I watched it and I was like, I'll tell him like when the news was talking, I was like, oh yeah, so and so's gonna be there. He's like, how do you know this? I'm like, I watched Sprint.
Watch it. I don't know, my husband's all excited that we're going to Vegas and the Olympics.
Oh
It's like-
yeah.
But we always stay at the Mirage, of course that house closed.
Yes, where are you guys gonna stay?
So we're staying at the Venetian now.
Okay.
It was so funny because I had reservations for the Mirage.
No.
And then they canceled. I was like,
Did you see the final walkthrough she was doing?
mm-mm.
I think her name's Debbie Lynn. And she did her final walkthrough, I think just yesterday. I was like, that's sad.
Which was so crazy because they were gonna do it, like they were gonna renovate it like tower by tower. They were gonna shut it down, and all of a sudden they decided to shut it down. I was like, I'm so confused.
I didn't think that it was like bad. But
We always stay there. I love it.
that's a good one. I think now the only like OG one is the Flamingo.
Yeah, we're gonna try. And I always loved their sports book area because it was just really open. And like got all those couches.
Yeah.
I always loved doing that. So we always kind of big sports guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have no idea what Venetians look like.
I did a lot of it during his nap on Sunday because my mom found a dumpster and they didn't fill it. So they gave us some to it. So I got rid of it. So you got it.
Going to the pool, I know it sounds great now, but there's so many people that be there. And
That's me gross.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm good.
It was so funny. They were showing a drone. It did a overview of the pools, and it was showing a pool that was like having like your typical Vegas party, and then it zoomed out and it showed like your normal pools, like the big ones. The Vegas party one was like mucky, like gross mucky. I was like, ew. Lord knows what STDs floating around in that
I know.
one.
I was like, I don't know, we've never done the pool at the Mirage.
Mhm.
We were going to this time because they have the adult pool,
Yes.
and so we were going to do that, and then the king was like, nope, not doing it.
No. When did you get a notification about it canceling?
Late April, early May. I remember that. No, I think it was more than that. I think it was April-ish. Because that's when we booked it, was early April. I think it was right before we went to Mexico. 'Cause But right before we went to Mexico, right after we got back, and we got to know my sister-in-law sent it to us. And so we were all going, okay, where are we staying now? And so we switched it to the Venetian. And then it was, I remember right before I went on sabbatical, that's when we switched dates again. So I was like, yeah. And I was like, you guys sure you don't want to go for the 17th?
Go give it one last hurrah.
That's exactly what we were doing. Because we knew it was going to start before the end of the year. So we were like, let's do it one last time.
What are we do like in replace?
Yeah.
I remember building that whole car.
Oh.
So I think they're tearing down the volcano.
I think so, yeah. Then.
Which sucks. I don't think so. My engineers are going to keep it.
I'm shocked too.
That's really good. Of all places that would have keep them on.
Yeah, agreed.
And I was like, got New York Water. You can get rid of any of those.
Any of those.
Yeah.
I've stayed there twice. It's outdated. It's grungy. It gives me the fridges, honestly. It's just a weird place.
Yeah, I never stayed there. We went inside of it. Just roam around the casino back in March.
So they have the Jabberwocky there.
Yeah, so we walked around. But I've never stayed there.
Yeah, there are rooms because it's like, you know, it's a pyramid. Your ceilings are like slanted.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Unless you get put in a tower, and then you're no more. And we were in the tower literally probably a month prior. Like shooting happened.
Oh yeah.
And we overlooked the venue of where it happened. It was crazy. And Slipknot was playing when we were there. Yeah, it was intense.
I know. I've literally forgotten about it. So my first like actual thing back then I have to do.
We still haven't been to any shows. I don't know how we ended that.
You know, I was shocked. My husband, he like loves comedy. And we saw Carrot.
Oh really?
He was actually really hilarious.
Pretty.
Yeah.
I know.
Since we know that all. It's like, okay.
I know, I'm really mad because we always talked about going to like, the Beatles show. We never did. And I'm like, well, I guess now we never will.
Yeah, that one's done. You guys should go see something at the Sphere.
Yeah, that's what we were looking at to see what was out there. It like gives me anxiety.
Having all that around you.
And then like looking at the, I have a thing about like stadiums that are really steep.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Too
I
much.
always feel like I'm gonna fall.
Huge U's right there.
Like baseball stadium.
Yeah.
I don't sit do that. I won't.
Really?
I will hang out in the middle once I'm good.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't know how that just freaks me
Can't do it.
I did it like, I don't know what, I forget what I don't know if it's called something else now. The Coliseum that they built in place of the Alamo Dome in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I saw basketball being there like, it was over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But we had tickets up top. And I just remember walking down to the bathroom and I was like, I feel like disoriented.
Oh, yeah. It just physically does something
Yeah,
to you.
I'm just like,
Can't do
just
it.
stay in the middle. I'm out. I was like, I'm not going back up, sorry.
You and your husband with heights. His is planes,
I know.
and yours is stadiums. I love it.
He always watches freaking, we always have the Smithsonian channel on.
Yeah.
He always watches Air Glass. And I'm like,
No, he doesn't.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Why would he do that when
He
he
loves that stuff.
Oh my god.
I told him the other day I cannot do another Air Glass show. Can't do it.
I'm putting your
And
computer
I
on.
really can't do it when I'm weeks out from things.
Oh my god, right?
He's like, why? Like, I'm just wondering, I have questions about music now.
Oh my god, I know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I know. Like every time like we leave the TV on after lunch, every time I come home, if he goes to lunch after me, I come home and call him, like air disasters continue. So I'm like, oh gosh. Like last night, there's nothing to watch on TV right now. He was like, turned on. I was like, nope, you better find something.
No.
Shark Tank, I care less.
That's me.
Probably more than air disaster.
Oh my goodness. Too much.
Every scenario.
Right. Well, and then there's like, I've only watched, I think, one of them where like the planes have gone missing. I think there's like one of the big ones out in, who was it?
Talking about the one that no one ever really found.
Yeah, it just disappeared. I think it was.
I remember because it was coming back from like Australia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that one. They found like a piece of the plane finally, like years later.
I'm shocked by it.
I've seen a couple. There's been a couple that were like that.
They just disappeared.
I don't know if you remember. Maybe early 90s. I remember being old enough to be like, you know, I was a teenager, I think. When it was a flight that was on the East Coast and they were going like overseas, and they thought it had exploded and got hit by a bomb. They were just taking off. Remember? I can't remember where they were flying. I can't remember if it was New York or where.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I watched that one. And I was like, that was when the plane, and like if you watch it, it didn't explode.
No, it did not.
The front, the pilot, like the cabin, where the pilots that had broken off completely.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there going, oh, that's a nightmare. Knowing like, that was like, yeah, there's so many.
Like crazy stuff.
I know. You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
I showed him the video because
I've seen ones where like only one person survives.
How is it possible?
Yeah.
That one person out of all of them. And it's like in the small aircraft, you know, you're like, were they just sitting in the right spot? Are they looking at it?
I know, I keep like, that's the last one. I'm taking notes on how to figure out how to survive. Like, it's just massive.
Who has the best rate that you've seen of being okay after something like that?
Remember the one in Hawaii where the top of the plane and that one section tore off? I've seen that one like 4 times now.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Well, now we have the most current one. Where was the window came out or something?
Where the window came out, the lady got sucked out of it. And then that one where the whole, like the door or whatever came off.
Yeah.
I was like,
Crazy.
I start hearing about things that are happening right now. I'm like, ugh, I'll drive.
I think we're good on all of that chaos.
Now I keep telling my husband, I'm like, sure you just don't want to drive.
Well, and he out of all people would love to drive, I'm sure. Or maybe he wouldn't. He'd rather put up with the little bit of panic for the convenience.
And his thing is like, it's not even like crashing. Like he thinks he's gonna like get ill. He's gonna be one of those people that gets really sick and have to, have to turn the plane around. I'm like, okay.
But isn't that random?
Yeah.
I've always thought, I didn't think that was a thing.
Yeah, he's always afraid that he's gonna be the one that gets like sick, and then the like, it's kind of the claustrophobic too.
Okay.
He's like, as soon as the doors close, I just know there's no turning back.
Done.
Yeah, we had to fly with him.
Oh my gosh.
He would pull it down right here and just like make me go sick.
You're like, stop it. There's a few things you don't do in the airport, and during that time, that was one of them.
Yeah.
Like in the airport, I always make sure you don't say the B word.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just remember flying back from Florida during that time. He kept pulling it down. And they kept telling me, and I'm like, finally it was like, doing our best. Okay, let me just do that.
We're getting through it. Has he gotten better or worse over the years or the same?
You know what's funny? When he lost a lot of weight last year, he actually done a lot better. He's done a lot better the last couple of fights he's had.
Okay.
So,
Slow and easy.
yeah. And even I asked him what he's like, well, how long's it for? That's another thing. He's like, I topped out at 4 hours.
There's a limit.
Yeah. But he made it to Hawaii for 6 hours.
I was at 6 hours.
So,
You gotta pick it up a little
I know. Yeah, it's so funny because now he travels. He has like a trash bag, little kitchen trash bag, and he's braids in it. I'm like, you never done a little bit. There was one time he like pulled it out and was holding it. It was just like it was laughing. I was like, what's going on?
You're like, come on. Come on. Oh my god, it's I learned with the Dramamine and Benadryl are anti-nausea. So, yeah. Because what I'm told it has anti-nausea. So I apologize for the Dramamine and Benadryl. Like I was so sick of laying on the towel, and I never laid on the floors or anything like that. So I took a towel and I laid down in the shower. I turned on the shower, I laid on the towel, just heating.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that's fair. He said it already.
I didn't even know I was crying. My Uber rates nasty. I was like, any smell that you think you could find that you don't want, I was finding. And then I got so sick in the bathroom, I had to go to the gift shop to get a new shirt. And so then I was like, you can just do that. I'm like, Detroit. I was on the syllabus. I don't want to. Let's be honest. Mm-mm. Oh, really? He's more prone to it.
Oh my god, does she even look like she'll we did a family dinner a couple weeks ago in the yeah. Yes. And but one was like, there's no way she would come back. Yeah. So I had this like, I got through this where I'm like, I don't want to like deal with anybody or like do anything, and I like this is where I'm like I grew up with my family and I had people. If it was just me, I would never see it. But now I have to be, it's all a lot, you know? It's just a lot. So, and then my cousin is going through a lot of stuff, and so like getting them into our house was kind of on my part. I
to
would
get
have
into
she
she did it for a little bit, Ninja Warrior.
Oh yeah.
She was just like amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone
Everyone brought
stopped it because it was just like too
except I
much
didn't
boys glorified babysitting kids on like a
everyone.
So we're like, no, we're not gonna do that. But now we're like looking into like a legit place for her to go. So we'll see.
I invited my parents and well, so my mom teaches me how to 4th of July, and she invited us today after 4th of July to her house for like a barbecue. And Cody was like, "Let's go." He just goes in the room, and like I don't show up there and he has his room on that. Mom said he's always really true regardless, but it just makes you feel like Cody's uncomfortable, and so we didn't go. And I told him that. So then I sent out the family dinner text and included Colton and he responded that he was coming. So I bet my mom talked to him and he was like, okay, I'll go to like, and it was like so long. It's just, yeah. And like,
Is your husband married on this one?
nope.
Get him a new wife today.
His birthday last year when they all went
He
golfing.
always does that.
And he just decided right then and there.
Every once in a while, I'll be like, oh, it's
So
better.
he had every so every 10 years a month, and tomorrow he's at 10 months. It's awesome. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah.
Actually, I have a point now. You like, you know, say,
Yeah, he was like so proud of himself. And I was very proud of him. But he was so excited. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And Kobe knows that. He's like, and I've never been able to do it. I just want to do it. He's like, I'm sorry. I just can't do it anymore. Yes, me too. It's awesome. He's very like everything's better. Really good. It's so nice.
mother-in-law with,
Yeah.
she never texted me, my sister-in-law did.
I have a.
They told me like a couple of weeks ago that they were planning a like family girls trip to Bridal, Oklahoma, so to hang out at the lake. And so they were inviting me, and it was like this past Wednesday, just like yesterday, through Monday, and I was like, literally a week before I go to Vegas, and I had this appointment, and I was like, it's not happening.
Not gonna
I was
work.
like, no.
Can't jump around.
And I was like, flight, and the rail ride. Oh gosh.
Yes. That was really good. That was my
Easy to get from
It was like 4 hours from then, because they're all in Dallas. But I think it was 2.5 hours. We went there for Thanksgiving, and the whole Thanksgiving thing there.
But it was pretty cool. Like I was actually very
It's like the food that we had was like 2.5 hours. It's still like,
but
it's a slide.
it was just like that one, you know? So
I was this freaking town in Louisiana on the border or something like that. It's like a big casino area.
Okay.
But it's trash. Anyways, but it's like north,
Yeah.
on the border of Texas and Louisiana. And that's like an hour and a half drive. Those are small airport.
Oh, yeah. It's limited.
and
And I was like,
yeah, she's massive.
Not gonna work this time.
But
How did we go?
Nick
this is our first time doing it.
and Nick just happened to show up.
Her 3 daughters. And then one aunt to her 2 daughters.
But he only stayed
I was
for
like
like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So he's
Isn't it somewhere out in like Dallas?
It's a little bit easier.
Somewhere in Picture Ride. I don't know. I was like,
once he's around, yeah. If he like can feel out the situation for like 10 minutes, he's fine. Like we had all of my family over on Friday, and he was normally not like that. Like he's not a guy fan. But last night Brandon killed him and cried, and that was like probably emotional. And Brandon and Robert, my brother turned my dad came over.
They're interesting.
Ben was there.
Very unfiltered. Very graphic.
Yes, exactly. In the backyard. And first ran around the backyard.
It's so good with yourself.
You don't have insurance about which was really fun.
No, she used to be right there. Yeah, now we have those extensions. Yeah, and then there's a chiropractor right next to her. We are getting, have you seen those? Like scalp treatment where you lay down and the water cascades over the head. It's like comes over the top of the head and it's like a shower and they're like scalp massaging and treating.
Exactly, no.
Oh, it looks phenomenal. It's like a spa for like your scalp. And so upstairs we're having someone doing this. And so it's like this whole like bed shampoo bowl. You walk in the middle of the room is like a whole, it's a bed with this massive shampoo bowl. And it's just like, and you put on what you would wear if you went to like get a facial. So you put on like the robe. So they put something on your face, they do like your shoulders, and then they just full scalp treatment. It's really good over in Asia. You could not benefit from it right now.
I was like, oh, no, I could try that.
Cody said the other day I showed him a picture of Abby and she said she looks like
I
Nicole.
was in Florida. They had those like chair massages. I was like, sign me up. I've never gotten one before, and it was so worth it. It was only like 15 minutes. I was like,
You're like, yeah, I know.
Oh, she's such a mix of both. Like an exact mix.
I got one back in May and I'm just like,
Wow.
I feel like I've done 2 facials.
I love facials, especially when you go to the right person.
I know, I
Like sitting in one of
lip hospital.
Oh, that's awesome.
Got a girl there. It does
You guys,
good.
yeah, you look very similar. There's really like some features that are slightly different.
I hadn't done it in a while.
Yeah, for sure.
I know, I'm like,
It's like a one-time treat. You're like, forget it.
I know, I was like, sounds wonderful, but.
A little smile.
There's other stuff I gotta schedule. I treat myself to like probably, I try one massage a year. Yeah, myself. Sometimes a facial if they don't have room for massage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Usually the last time I did a facial.
Oh my gosh. I literally was like in this like rope, and then when he fell over, he was shooting me. Yes, I'm gonna tell him. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, look. Look at his little booty. Oh my god. Look at. He has a big booty. Oh, he's adorable. He just got out of his little baby bath. He was definitely bigger for it. Like he didn't really need it. He would chill. He just like sprawl out and like relax. So we never like really cared.
It's kind of a lot faster.
I know, I was like, oh, it should take a lot longer.
No, I just kind of cruise with it. As long as it doesn't like fuss with me, we're good. As soon as I see them.
I know, I was like, and there it
There it
goes.
goes. Toot my own horn too soon.
He's like started splashing and going toys. My favorite. I'm like, yeah, but this is gonna be cooler.
Are you going on products? Good. Good.
was like, my babe. Sorry. That's what I call him. He's like, what are you doing? My hair. I'm messing up.
I know.
Earlier, take my PTO day back tomorrow. It's like, come on. Just roll with it. I know. It's so frustrating because we do biannual company meetings. We have one at the beginning of the year, one mid-year. Well, they had it like save the date sent out months ago for next week.
Okay.
And then my sister and I called and we had to reschedule our Vegas and move it up. I was like, oh, okay, we'll do it the 28th because that works. It's supposed to be after my company meeting. Literally a week after that, we moved it to the same week. I was like, look, I'm not doing this.
Oh man.
Yeah, I told my boss, like, you're on vacation during the meeting. I was like, look, I have my vacation scheduled before
Yeah, before you guys
did
went
this.
and changed stuff around.
So I told him, I was like, I will agree to do my presentation I'm responsible for. I said, but I'm not going to do the rest of it.
For sure.
I was like, I can't.
I know.
So yeah, I have to do a presentation. Tuesday afternoon. I think it's like 1 o'clock, like, Vegas time.
At least you can get it done, right?
Yeah. And then he kept coming back to me. So we need to do this other thing. I will add content. I was like, damn it. Keep forgetting you're off.
Stop forgetting.
Thank you.
Is it for a reason or?
Well, we had a lot of people on stock. They learned a lesson about not keeping up with people's sabbatical. Like, usually it's like, depending on the department, you don't want to overlap, obviously. And so usually salespeople are the worst. But no, I guess no one was really paying attention to all the people that were up for sabbatical. And like some people we were supposed to get last year, got asked to push it to this year.
Oh wow.
And so those people, you know, people who are older people.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and so it all came out, and so it was like kind of hard to be like, no, you just
Everyone's off on it.
So we have like 6 or 7 people on staff right now, and they're all, of course it's people, so now we're like short-handed in certain areas. So I think a couple were like, executives said pushed it back a week, but when they come back, I was like, seriously.
And then you do your own trial with 2 tables for a shift. And then you do another
Yeah, we never on time was off.
and one more trial there.
It was way too last minute. Like I just found out the other day I got my presentation.
Oh.
Was supposed to be on, and I was like,
So I found out today
Perfect.
some
so I
people's
turned it in a
shifts
couple
aren't
days.
even until Thursdays after training. And they already have these scheduled.
How long have you been for you?
My
10
final
years.
certification is 2 days after the last day.
I know I had wanted to push my
Like
sabbatical to
I'm not,
August
like I
because
already
it was
have
gonna cover like
certification shifts
the Vegas trip,
and trials before I'm even
but because
done with training.
then VP was retiring, his last day was like, which I didn't understand. It was short and stiff. I was like, what is it with that? It,
It's just one of those days.
Yeah.
So,
so
They're
they wanted me to go.
shifts and certification shifts.
You sure?
come on now. Living my best life. Does that feel okay?
I know, I was thinking about 2 weeks after I got back. I'm like, 4 or 5 years left. So the next one.
Jeez.
I came back. have a couple of young girls that live with me. One of them, she's turned 24. The other one's early 30s. I guess. I thought she was younger than that. But then we have a couple other girls in the office that are late 20s or so.
Okay.
That is my like.
I was like, that's just.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Oh, yeah. Everyone just mad at each other. I got pulled into the president's office and was like, okay, this is what happened in my car. Like, what's up? I'm like, what's going on?
You left your children alone for just a short time. What is happening?
I had
I was like, well, finally told one of them she was. Oh, God. I was like, dude, you're
We need to figure this out. We are in real world.
And I was like, I have to have another conversation about how someone's talking about it. I was like, I'm gonna lose it.
We're done. Done and done.
I was like, I'm gonna go. Stop talking about each other.
Leave each other alone. Just do what.
I know, I'm like, you're gonna have to have it 2 days later. It's a lot of shit. Having to listen to how one of you are mad at each other. I was like, listen, I'm not okay. I'm not wrong, you know?
That's why I didn't want us to do it strong, because I feel like it's just glorified abuse now. Because that's the age demographic you have.
Yeah, I was like, really shocked. I was like, oh,
20.
Oh, gosh.
I know, I told my boss, I was like, you know, I used to think girl workers were always better and they're always like, work hard for hers. I'm like, I'll tell you I work for you.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He goes, it's not any better.
It's the same issue, just different ways of dealing with it. I get all these out of your head, and I'm gonna mix up your Taj color. You still doing okay? Do you need anything? This tray, I love it, but I hate it. So it's like magnetized. So all my needles and everything stick to it, and my needles are so long now. I'm like,
I know. You can't do anything.
no.
I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah, I need to go back and I'm gonna talk to him. We need to make him shorter. And I've been like slowly growing mine longer to see if I can do it. I'm like, this is only the one that you know handle.
Yeah.
That's so nice. That's like having like an extra recess.
So yeah, my phone. So what they do is recording right about
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Whoever wants to
Depending
follow.
on the day.
chop thing there?
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
I'm just looking at stuff.
We're supposed to get a storm today.
Hmm?
We're supposed to get a storm today.
We're supposed to?
Yes, we are. Looks like it. Small, yeah.
He's like over 20 pounds now.
Something weird that comes out.
I love that. He's so much fun. And he's wearing like it's really it's like flying through, but it's hard because oh my god, stop it. He's so much fun. Like he's at like such good age. Like they're both getting to the best age, but this 8 months has been like he's so fun. I love him. But yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's just stable. I always like 9-10 months. That was always it's like you're getting like into the beginnings at that 9-10 month stage. I love it now. Still, it's up on his knees today, and I was like, what? Like, where is this coming from? Oh, it's so much fun. And he sees everything too. I love it. He enjoys everything. Oh my gosh. This room, she's so lonely. She has so much fun. There's a circle that and like, they're just like, oh, yes, oh my gosh, you flirt, so flirt. Oh, I love when you just flirt. It's just so much fun, and like, he thinks me, you know, like, he makes me nephew, my nephew is like almost 2. They're so cute together. This is what I was saying for. I love the newborn family stage, but this is so much fun. Oh yeah, yeah, this. And then watching them learn out and they explore. It is the best. Yes. Like you've literally never done this before in your life. Like this is so cool. Taking you to do things for the first time. Like you want to yeah, I talk a lot. I'm gonna tell you guys that the favorite thing that I ever did in my kids' it wasn't that you were this tall or you weighed this much. It's that it doesn't even matter when they start oh, I'm just like I had 8 people that and these are still my favorite and we still pronounce things that way instead of real it's real and when I just it wasn't spin, it was spin. I spin on my time. Yeah. It was the best. I love it. dad was like, I want to be Tom. Like, you know how like dads are that way. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever they call you, like,
You're gonna go by whatever they
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Don't say
if you're inside of it, yeah. I know. I love that baby. So sweet.
like if I ever become a grandma, I want to be called baby.
Oh,
It's gonna take a while to show.
oh yeah, I don't even know what. Oh, it was really cute the other day. Mima, we were in her house and she's like, all right, Brooke, say, let me know. He tried to say anything that was confusing. I don't even know what it was, what it came out as. But he didn't try. It was really good.
Can we just send it?
Oh, please, do all of it. All of it. They love that.
She's already been there.
I almost actually literally texted you first one to come over, but then I was like, it's at 6, and I was like, I didn't know what to say. And then I couldn't do it. But yeah, yeah. But it might be loud. Yeah, Granny, we want to get on the roster. Granny said that because we want to exhausted. I think they, and she's like,
That's the question. That's the question.
yes, yes, and that's what Mom said. She's like, it's super frustrating. I think I'm going to get that thing together. She's still got new talent. She has a transfer show. People walking out right there. And she's like, but it looked better when we were there. So she took the days to clean it, which I appreciate. She doesn't see what she's like, oh, I looked at my whole bed and I cleaned it. She just takes some files from the room when she moved them somewhere else. And I'm like, that was clean to the other room. Yeah. Oh, I love it again so much. Like, I need to come and help you guys like so a lot. I have to do this later, like on my own. Oh, I'm sure you did. You
I just
for
don't
every
have
day.
it.
That's fair. You might remember and you didn't remember very well. You didn't do very well at all.
No. Actually, when I went to Long and March and stuff,
No.
they're in the unstuck or they're in the cruises and stuff, and I go, and they're both like on the door together, and I go, can you get out of the way? And we all looked like we would both hands.
That's
And it was,
amazing.
so they saw me, and I'm like, oh, hi, I'm like, hi.
So funny.
One time Nicole and I ran into each other at King Soopers, and almost didn't even, no, you, I don't, she didn't mind. Well, I was in King Soopers in Castle, and I am not, I will not look because I will see 3 to 5
Yes.
that I have there.
Yeah. That's why I don't really have it. Everyone like his parents love my mom. And I'm like, how does he like freaking love it? And I'm like, I can't do it. I don't know how to watch him play. Because everyone I work with still works there.